Week 2 in the Simulation Football League takes us to Medal of Honor Field in Denton, Texas, where the 1-0 Vancouver Legion will look to stay red hot on offense and defense, going up against the 0-1 Lone Star Glory, who did not look entirely great last week. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everyone. I'm Jeff Melanishin, and joining me, my partner for this matchup is Steven Hacker. Steven, welcome to Texas, man.
Howdy, howdy. Happy to be here in Denton, Texas, ready to see the home Lone Star Glory take on the Vancouver Legion. You know, Lone Star last week in their division matchup in week 1 lost that tough game to Mexico City. Looking to rebound here against Vancouver, who played a tight game against the DC Dragons, and it was a shootout. So expect some points on the board here tonight. Lone Star really wanting to bounce back, Jeff.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Just want to give a shout out to the stats of for this one, Andy Hamilton and Justin Reside will do the stats for us for this. So I know they're going to be sitting back. They're going to be watching a slugfest here. What are some keys for the game, though, Steven, before we get started here?
I'm really going to be interested to see how the Glory get the ground game going. Using Pseudo Nakai and Ike McBride out of the backfield, I think that's really what they're going to have to do. Try to take the ball out of Tom Pepper's hands. Pepper set the SFL all-time pass record last week, throwing for 700 yards and just an absolute clinic on throwing the ball through the air. So Lone Star really needs to take the ball out of his hands, deflate the ball, keep the ball on the ground, and maintain time of possession.
It'll be a good one as we get ready for this one. As Vancouver leads the series 4-1 with their only loss coming all the way back, if you could believe this, in Season 10 when it was the Dallas Roughnecks defeating the Vancouver Legion 26-20. That was on March the 18th of 2018. Good grief. As the all-red Lone Star Glory will get the ball first, and a nice, good return to start this one out. And we will see Ace Fennick and the rest of the offense for the Lone Star Glory. Ike McBride, the running back, the fullback of Pseudo Nakai, the receiving core Greg Soto, Deuce Fennick, and Dave Access, tight ends Adam Williams, Ziggy Haranik, and Ryan Caudell, the guard.
Lone Star looking sharp in the all-red. I really like the look.
We'll see if that helps with their offense scoring output in this game. Trips to the top of the formation. McBride behind Ace Fennick as he will fire it out. Nice open. Oh, the big man rumbling and stumbling down the sidelines. Mike Coverson with a fumble recovery. And boy, the Legion are just starting out where they started last week.
Unfortunate event right there. You got the ball here at home, got a reception and a nice broken tackle, but can't hold on to the ball, and Coverson just in the right spot at the right time, able to get some nice yards after the pickup of the fumble, and sets up Vancouver in great field position down at the 32-yard line, Jeff.
Wow. Well, now we get to see Tom Pepper, and you alluded to it. He was 38 of 51 for 737 yards, a 74% completion percentage. Last week, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But now he has the ball at the Lone Star 32. Redford in the backfield. There's where they're going to go, swing it out. Spin move. A couple bodies all the way for a gain of 3.
And Redford was used out of the backfield quite a bit last week, had 8 receptions, Jeff. I think that they might want to get him going a little bit more in the ground game. Only had 39 yards rushing last week.
And so with that, Redford with that 1 reception now has 500 career receptions. He's the 13th SFL player and the 8th running back to eclipse 500. Pepper is going to be sacked on the ensuing play. And Lone Star Glory's defensive line coming through, and it's going to be a 3rd and 10.
And in a very unfortunate setup there. Now it's back to where it all started, and a 3rd and long for the Legion.
Jukin Rukin, who did not get on the stat sheet last week, has already made his presence felt. Now Tom Pepper, empty set, shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom, looking deep, up in the air, almost caught, but it falls incomplete. Kendra Hall looking to get that on the deflection as they were looking for Chris Curtis.
An interesting, really nice play design there. Curtis was the intended target, but had Kendra Hall about 7 yards down the field, and the deflection almost went her way. And just great concept by Vancouver taking the shots downfield. Unfortunately, they couldn't come up with a nice play there, but you can see that they're wanting to take those shots and continue and pick up where they left off last week.
It's going to be punted by Brian Patrick. They're not even going to try a Roman Rakowski field goal, so it's going to be pinned at the 10-yard line. So we'll see what Ace Finnick can do in company, as we didn't even get a chance to do the Vancouver's offense or defense yet, but we will here momentarily. But Lone Star, now after the fumble on one play, now they're backed up at their own 10. So here we go. They're going to go empty set with Ace Finnick. The receiver to the bottom, two to the top. Throwing it underneath. Pass is going to be caught. Nice little comeback route. That one is caught by the tight end, Ziggy Hronik. And we'll get the starting lineup for the Vancouver defense. The defensive line of Achilles Papatonis. Mike Coverson already had his name. And Gerald Giudicelli, the defensive tackle. Linebackers of Josh Farnsey, Kevin Brackett. Secondary, Kyler Murray, Ashley Rose Finch. Dean Maddox, Major Key, the free safety Mark Lopez, as Drew Hamilton is the strong safety. Gonna check this one underneath, and that's gonna go for 2 yards. It's gonna bring up 2nd and 7.
And good job by Finnick to get the ball out of his hands, get it over to McBride, and let her try to fight for some yards and get this offense going.
Definitely got to get something going. As you take a look at Ziggy Hronik, already has 1 catch, but he's going to be on the sidelines for this 2nd down play. 2 receivers to the top of the formation for Ace Finnick, who's in the shotgun, as he's got Ike McBride to his left. Takes the snap, the lefty looking across, and he connects. Great throw. As that's going to be caught by number 81, the receiver of Deuce Finnick, with his first grab, and that's going to be a 1st down.
Ace Deuce connects for the 1st down, and that was a good read by Finnick. Got the ball again out of his hands very quickly, made the safe read, and got the ball out of his hands, and it got a glory 1st down.
Ace Finnick will this time connect on the left sideline, and that's going to be Hronik yet again with the grab as his 2nd reception. It's going to be a gain of 4, but right now Lone Star very methodical and just taking what the defense gives them here, Steven.
Yeah, and it's looking good, and I think the getting the tight ends involved. Neither tight end had a reception last week, and I think that's a nice change of pace for this offense, taking what they can underneath, not necessarily looking to stretch the field right away.
4-down defensive lineman for the Legion here on 2nd down to counteract the 2 receivers, 1 to the top for the Lone Star Glory, and a handoff to McBride up the middle. That's only going to be a gain of 2 on the play.
Yeah, and Brackett and Josh Farnsey there to make the play on that, but I think that was just a nice call by the Glory. 3 straight passing attempts come out and change the pace with the running attack. I think that's nice. They need to keep getting McBride involved.
Sunakai and Ike McBride in the backfield behind Finnick, and they're going to throw it out to McBride. Makes a reception, going to get just enough for the 1st down, maybe a yard after it, as Finnick already 5 for 5, but 40 yards, and that's going to be another 1st down for Lone Star.
And just chewing up the field, getting closer to positive territory, plus territory for the Glory. And will be interesting to see how Vancouver adjusts as they get closer to their own end zone.
Don't really want to test the secondary of the Legion too much, but doing a good job right now is Finnick. Handoff. McBride up the middle. Picks up 8 on the 1st down carry. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and short.
And Farnsey there again to help bring down the ball carrier. They're going to have their work cut out for them up the middle. McBride's really going to chew up the yards up the gut, and they trust her to take on that workload.
4-down defensive lineman again for the Legion. As McBride up the middle, lucky to get 1 on that one, as that's going to be Kevin Brackett in on the tackle, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
And Lone Star is going to keep these linebackers busy. They're going to wear them down and hope that the defense bites on the run, and then maybe take the shot deep down the field with Greg Soto or one of these other great wide receivers they have.
Legion allowing teams to convert 58% on 3rd down. And that is going to be a good stop for the Legion on defense, as McBride lucky to just get back to the line of scrimmage. So 4th down upcoming, and we will see the punting unit come on for the Glory.
A great adjustment by the front seven of the Legion. Oh, it looks like Lone Star is going to try to go for this one, Jeff.
Ooh, here we go. Or they're going to try to get the Legion to jump.
Yeah, the way the linebackers for Vancouver are adjusting and playing right now, I would definitely consider a timeout here. Maybe try to get them to jump off sides, but the linebackers are playing too strong right now for Vancouver. Lone Star would be smart to take the timeout.
And they will. Now, what was your take on that? I mean, I know it's only the first half, so nothing really to lose. You can't take the timeouts with you into the second half. But there, I mean, would you want to see maybe Lone Star go for it, maybe, or were they just not in the right formation, you think?
I just think that even though they were in the formation, I think that would have probably they preferred. I just think that Vancouver was ready. They were clamping down on Lone Star right there. And I just think that Lone Star was maybe trying to catch Vancouver being a little aggressive, and they weren't able to do it. So, I like the call. Try to get Vancouver to make a mistake, but they didn't. And now you're going to punt and hopefully pin Vancouver back deep.
As the punt is away from
Good punt.
Sudafeld. It's going to hit. Oh, is it going to be carried? Yes,
No.
it will. Yes, it's going to be carried, and it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So the ball will come out to the 20. A missed opportunity for the Lone Star Glory.
And yeah, great punt. Hit down and right inside the 10-yard line, right where you want it to. Pretty much died at the 3-yard line, and the gunner slid on the ball and just couldn't stay out of the end zone. Unfortunate for the Glory. Sets up Tom Pepper on the 20, Jeff.
The worst starting field position they've had yet. Remember, it was Coverson that gave the ball at the 32-yard line of Lone Star, but now Tom Pepper maybe has some bigger things in mind, as he does right there to start it off, as he hits Dan Daly for his first grab, and it goes to the 31 for a gain of 11.
Yeah, nice throw by Pepper, squeezing it right over the head of the linebacker there. And Daly last week, 5 receptions for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. Huge performance in week 1 from the tight end.
Pepper now under center, 5-step drop, but he's going to be sacked for the second time tonight, as it drops Bobo Caudell with the stop, as he gets another sack to his name, and that drops the Legion 6 yards behind the original line of scrimmage.
Lone Star turning up the pressure on the defensive line, the front seven getting after Tom Pepper. And that's one of the things about Vancouver. They do like to take those deep shots down the field, so the routes take a little bit to develop. And so if you can get pressure immediately, that can be an Achilles heel for Vancouver.
Pepper again under center, throwing it out to Redford, makes his 501st career reception, and that goes for positive yards, gain of 4, but it's going to be 3rd and 12.
And I like that a little bit better. Maybe you want to see that on first down, though. Get the ball out of his hands quickly. Pepper get the ball out of his hands quickly, and let his receivers and let his playmakers make some plays.
64% conversion last week for the Lone Star Glory. On 3rd down, they're 0 for 1 thus far. Pepper also, he's going to be sacked again for the 3rd time. The defensive line for Lone Star having the Wheaties in the pregame warm-ups, and it is working out as Jukin Rukin again with his 2nd sack.
Pepper trying to get away, spins, and just Rukin just on him like a tracking missile and just blows up Pepper. Oh man, what a play. Defensive highlight for Jukin Rukin there.
Vancouver was the favorite coming in at 7.5 points, and right now Lone Star holding their own. As the punt is away, it's going to be fair caught at the 47-yard line. But Steven, I mean, what we're seeing is, I mean, I know that Lone Star gave the Vancouver Legion good starting field position on that fumble, but they held them to a punt, actually moved them back, and now we're starting to see the field position flip in favor of Lone Star.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that, the misfire on the turnover for Vancouver is the difference in this ball game. That was a great showing by Lone Star to put up a fight and keep Vancouver from putting any points up.
Gain of 2 on the play, as Brackett with another tackle on Ike McBride.
And these 2 linebackers for Vancouver, Josh Farnsey and Kevin Brackett, really did their homework. They're coming out prepared. Anytime Ike McBride touches the ball, they're swarming to her to mitigate the damage.
Now, 3 trips to the bottom of the formation, run receiver to the top for Ace Finnick. McBride in the backfield, gaining the handoff. Up the middle she goes. And picks up another gain of 2, and it's going to be a 3rd and 6, just like that.
Mark Lopez coming in from the safety spot down to help make that play. And that's a good effort from the secondary position.
Here on 3rd down. 1 for 2. We are the Lone Star Glory looking to make it 2 of 3. Almost intercepted by Lopez, and it falls incomplete as Lopez had an interception last week, but this time can't corral it, and he'll get a pass deflection.
Yeah, unfortunate. Had a nice break on the ball. Saw where the quarterback was going with it the whole time. Timed it perfectly, just couldn't complete the play, but sets up a 4th down now for the Glory.
If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game all into one. Team strategies are being executed in real-time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. So now Tom Pepper will start his 3rd drive, and it's going to be, again, now it's his worst starting field position as it'll be at the 18. Here we go on 1st down. 2 receivers, 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Then you also got the fullback in there, and then there's Redford with his first carry. He's got blocking. Look at that man go already at midfield. 1 play, and that's all they needed. That's probably what they should have been doing to start this game out. But you know what? I'm not Andy Hamilton. And just like that, it's going to be 1st down and 10 at midfield for the Legion.
Yeah, and a great display of blocking up front by the Legion there. Michael Percoco, Mike Newtones leading the way for the Legion and springs a huge run for Robert Redford. 32-yard gain on the play.
We'll go over the rest of the starters real quick. Brett Killian, Kendra Hall, Chris Kurse, the receiving core, James Walters, Dan Daly, the tight ends, guard Michael Percoco, and tackle Michael Newtones. Steven just alluded to them as they got Redford out wide. And now another reception. Nice spin move. Got blocking downfield and picks up 11. That's going to be a 1st down.
And Newtones got the big pancake block out there on the left side, helped Redford get that 1st down on the screen play. And the Legion showing some fight, trying to capitalize on some of their unfortunate mistakes early in this ball game, and really getting some good momentum here.
I think pancakes needs to be a tractable stat. Nothing like a big guy getting some pancakes. As now throwing it out is Pepper, but that's going to be deflected. And falling to the turf is Freddie Trammell getting a pass deflection. The starters for the Lone Star Glory defense, the defensive line, Druken Rukin, Yogi Barr, Bobo Caudell, and Tina Begin on the line. The linebackers, Freddie Trammell and Jay Mart. The secondary, Mickey McGuire, Bo Martin Jr. are the corners. The safeties, Evan Lacey and Albert Begin, make up the free and strong safety. Then Nate Hall, actually a free safety or strong safety, coming over from Vancouver. So we got the Halls going up against each other for the first time in their careers. As Tom Pepper is going to take a shot deep, wide open. It's going to be a touchdown. Dan Daly does it again.
Continuing right where he left off from last week. Now with 3 receiving touchdowns on the season, and what a dart thrown by Tom Pepper there. Nobody even in the area of Dan Daly. He just walks into the end zone.
Wow. So the 7th touchdown pass for Tom Pepper on the young season, as he's making a case to potentially be in that MVP race yet again this season. And now, just when you thought you might have had the Vancouver Legion down and out maybe to start this game, maybe a little bit of a turning point for the Lone Star Glory, they just marched down the field from their own 18-yard line, and now it's a 7-0 game.
Yeah, and a quick drive there from the Legion. Jeff, 4 plays, 82 yards on that 40-yard touchdown pass to Dan Daly. And you're right, Vancouver, they have that quick strike ability. Lone Star really kind of looked like they were going to compete a little bit, but you can't take a play off against Vancouver because they're gonna stretch the field on you every single play.
Get this game reset. It's going to be fielded around the 10-yard line and then brought out to the 30. All right, so we've seen a couple drives already. This is going to be the fourth drive for the Lone Star Glory. What do you want to see here have their offense do to maybe turn this tide a little bit and march downfield and put up a tying score?
You know, I really think the best thing you can do is string together a couple of first downs. I'm not saying make it a long drive, but really try to find a rhythm for your quarterback and wide receivers as you march your way downfield. I think that's the best thing you can do if you're the Lone Star Glory.
Ace Finnick will go under center, empty set, to a three-step drop, hit as he threw the ball, and it falls incomplete. That was a blitz as Josh Farnsey coming in and blowing and disrupting that play.
Yeah, great pressure there. Mike Coverson also came in from the defensive line to help Farnsey apply the pressure there. And I like the call from Vancouver, bringing the pressure on first down. I think that's a great time to do it.
As we get a scoring update from Florida, it's now 13-0. The Florida Storm on top of the Jacksonville Kings. That one going over on Next Level Sports. Two receivers to the top of the formation, went to the bottom for Finnick. Split back and a handoff up the middle, and there goes McBride taking bodies. Get off of me! No way to the 30, the 20. She's going to take it all the way for a touchdown.
What a play, Jeff!
Oh, we're getting some fireworks now, Steven.
I mean, trucked over two defenders, and then that last stiff arm, just sending people to the shadow realm. Mike McBride, just a dominating presence on the field. Just get off me. See you later. Oh my gosh, dude. What a freaking stiff arm.
Wow. Dean Maddox just got sent to that shallow realm you were discussing, and oh, what a run. Seven carries for 85 yards, and now a touchdown for Ike McBride, and she just is got this to 1-point game. Now, pending the extra point, as Hugh Purvis will come on to attempt that extra point. Snap is down, kick is on the way, and Purvis will notch this one up at 7, Steven.
Man, what an amazing 70-yard run there by Ike McBride, and just brought this game right back to life. This home crowd is loving it, and it's zeros on the scoreboard, 7-7. And Lone Star, even though the quick strike ability of Vancouver, driving down the field 4 plays, 82 yards, well, Lone Star said, hey, we're at home. Guess what? 2 plays, 70 yards. We'll match your tempo. And Jeff, we're set up for a great ball game here.
Yeah, we are. As Charles Doherty in chat says, Ike was looking for who stole her Yingling. So don't steal that woman's Yingling, anybody on the Vancouver Legion defense, because that's what will happen.
Running with a purpose.
Exactly. So now we get Tom Pepper back out here as he's going to enter his 4th drive. And it's going to be first down and 10. Whew. They're going to be 2 receivers to the bottom of the formation, and it's going to be Robert Redford offset in the backfield. 4 down defensive linemen for the Glory. And there's another throw out to Redford. Has to adjust to make that catch, but regains his composure and picks up 4.
Yeah, a little bit of a high delivery there from Pepper, and Redford just on the rebound, so to speak. Couldn't quite get his feet together. Maybe gave up a couple yards, lost a couple yards instead. But a positive 4-yard gain there, and I think Vancouver. I'd like to see him try to run the ball instead of using Redford as a receiver so much. But we'll see how they adjust.
The last 5 seconds ticking off of the first quarter. Pepper doesn't have to have a play, but he will take one anyway, and a nice throw out to Killian. Turns upfield and gets to the Lone Star side of the territory by only 1 yard, but still. And a nice play to close out the first quarter.
And nice job, Pepper. Again, I really support, getting the ball out of your hands quickly. Trust the read. Saw Killian was open and let your receiver make a play downfield, and plenty of time for Killian to turn upfield on that one.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter for Medal of Honor Field in Denton, Texas. It's 7-7 thanks to Dan Daly's touchdown and Ike McBride's stiff arm and run after that stiff arm. And we're all knotted up, and we are just going to continue right to the second quarter because that's how we do it. As Tom Pepper now under center. He's got 1 receiver to the top of the formation. And there's a handoff to Redford, and he's going to be stopped behind the line. Good tackle for loss right there by Bo Martin Jr.
Good read by the cornerback to step up, fill the gap on the edge there for the Glory, and finally got the run, the carry that I was asking for Redford. And I actually like the play call. It's a stretch play, 2 tight ends there on that left side. You had the 1 wide receiver stretched up at the top and just tried to run there and seal the edge, and it just didn't work that time.
Quick throw for Pepper. He connects, and a nice pitch and catch to Chris Curtis.
Back-to-back tackles by Bo Martin Jr.
So here we go. Tom Pepper under center. This is going to be 3rd down. 2 receivers to the top of the formation. You got the fullback and Redford in the backfield. Hand off to Redford. He's got enough for the 1st down, of course, and a little bit after as he gets down to the 35 of the Lone Star.
And that's a good thing for the Legion offense. It gives Pepper another shot here, right? You got the fresh set of downs. You got 3 more opportunities, and I think that Redford's going to be a big part of keeping that gear going, of them getting 1st downs and continuing to allow Pepper to throw the ball. They're going to need to rely on Redford.
Back under center, Tom Pepper, 7-step drop. You gonna throw it, bound it, it's intercepted on the tip drill, and it's gonna be at the 2-yard line as Ace Finnick is gonna have to go 98 yards to put a touchdown on the board, but Evan Lacey with the interception.
Huge play by the safety there to get it off the rebound tip drill, head on a swivel, and great adjustment to it, and gives Lone Star the ball back, eliminates any chance of Vancouver getting points on that offensive possession.
So now the worst starting field position of the game for Lone Star. 3 yards deep in the end zone is Ace Finnick in shotgun. Ike McBride with a carry. She's still doing her things as she picks up 6, and it's going to be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, really interesting. Go into the shotgun near your own, in your own end zone, and then you're going to run a draw play on top of that. 2 really unique play call or layers to that play. I think really is what led to Vancouver being caught off guard on that one.
And I missed this, but Ike McBride did go over 2,000 career rushing yards with that last run she had that went 80 yards. And congratulations to her. And there, a nice throw by Finnick out to Williams for a 1st down reception.
Yeah, yes, and Ike McBride in her 3rd season, so definitely 2,000 yards is a great accomplishment, but many more yards to come for this young running back.
So now 1st down and 10, a little bit breathing room here for Ace Finnick as now the ball's at the 15. 4-down defensive lineman for Vancouver. Short drop and a short throw for a gain of 4 as Finnick connects yet again to Ziggy Haranek. Or excuse me, Adam Williams.
Yeah, Williams on the catch, and that's the 1st reception on the season for Adam Williams. One of the better tight ends in the SFL, just hadn't quite gotten going here early in the season.
Corners backing off, giving the receivers a little bit of space. And a handoff to McBride, carrying Legion defenders with her for a small gain, but it's going to be a 3rd and 2, gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, a little bit of, looked like they were trying to do a little bit of sleight of hand, show one way and hand off the other way, and it worked out nicely for the Glory.
Now 3rd and 2 for the Lone Star Glory. 1 of 3 on 3rd down. Make that 2 of 4. Nice conversion. Ace Finnick finds his receiver. It's going to be 1st down and 10 as Deuce Finnick as the Ace and Duke show continue.
Yeah, that's a really well-oiled machine that they got going there with the Ace Deuce connection and using it there on the 3rd down to pick up a 1st and move the chains.
2 receptions for 30 yards last week for Deuce Finnick. Already 2 receptions for 17. As McBride broke out of 1 tackle, but, you're not going to break out of all of them all the time. And a nice tackle on the play right there for the Vancouver Legion made by number 58, Hanson Austin.
Yeah, and Vancouver really needs to get back to swarming to the ball carrier when Ike has it. She's not being denied right now, but Vancouver has to find a way to slow her down.
Ace rolling around in the pocket, throwing, and he connects. Nice play call. And that's going to be Adam Williams yet again with another reception, or Ziggy Heronic, excuse me, with the reception. First down and 10 as the tight end's being used heavily on this series.
And I thought Drew Hamilton was going to get this one. And that was Kyler Murray. I'm sorry, not Drew Hamilton. Kyler Murray, I thought, was going to make a play on this one. And somehow Finnick was able to squeeze that into the tightest window. Great throw there by Lone Star and Ace Finnick.
Drive continues. Remember, this drive started at the 2-yard line of Lone Star and looking to be 2 yards away from midfield. There goes McBride. Will get just past midfield into Vancouver territory. And a nice run there for a pickup of 3.
And keep feeding the ball to McBride. I mean, really keeping this offense going. Again, keeping Tom Pepper and that explosive offense off the field. I really like the approach here by Lone Star.
Two receivers out, but they're going to throw it underneath to McBride. Makes the catch, but there's Drew Hamilton with his 4th tackle. And no gain on the play for Ike McBride.
Yeah, great job by the safety to step up there. That's not an easy matchup, in space on an island, taking down that running back, and it was a good job by the safety, Hamilton, to do so.
Two receivers to the top of the formation, went to the bottom for Ace Finnick. 7-step drop. Look, fires, throwing it out, almost intercepted by Farnsey on the deflection, but it falls harmlessly to the turf, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, the Legion are able to clamp down on defense and get the Glory's offense off the field. And Lone Star going to have to punt away, but Vancouver is going to have to be pretty close to their own end zone. They're going to have to fight their way down the field on their next possession.
So the drive will stall out just 2 yards into Vancouver territory, looking to flip the field position as Zuderveld will punt this one away. It's going to be fair caught at the 15-yard line with 5:04 left to go in the second quarter.
And that's an underrated play by Chris Curtis to fair catch that. A lot of times some receivers might move forward and let it bounce. But good job by Curtis recognizing where he was on the field to get that hand up and save all the field that he can for the offense.
Well, Tom Pepper will start under center. You got the fullback and Robert Redford in the backfield. Brick Wall, the fullback, going to be leading the way for Redford, and he will pick up 4, and that's going to be 2nd and 6 upcoming.
5 minutes remaining in this half, Jeff, and I like the approach from Vancouver. Don't come out and take the shot on first down. Run it with Redford. Try to get positive yards and try to get closer to that. Set up a nice 3rd down and move the chains and keep this drive going.
I'm sure if we told anybody that this game would be 7-7 with 4:37 left to go in the first half of play, some people might look at us like we were drinking before the game. Redford, nice spin and a nice stiff arm to get out of that tackle, and he picks up 5 on the play, so it's going to be 3rd down and 1 as Vancouver now getting to their own 24-yard line.
And Bo Martin, laid a nice little hit on Redford near the backfield, but Redford with the second effort able to shed Bo Martin Jr. and get a couple extra yards out of that play.
So here we go, 3rd down and 1. Vancouver 1 of 3 on 3rd down. They're looking to go 2 and 4, and they will. Redford with a nice juke and gets out to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, good timing on that juke move. We both just kind of jaw drop. Oh, nice! He just timed that perfectly. Very, very deceptive, and we get another great look at it here. Take a look at this move. Boom, boom, oh, and just sold that juke move. Acted like he was going to go to the sideline, hesitated, and then cut back to the inside, and the defender flew right past him. Great move by Robert Redford.
Gain of 9 on the reception for Robert Redford. Continues an impressive game so far. Has 40 yards on the ground on 4 carries and has 6 receptions for 35 yards. Pepper will fire it again. Check it down to Redford. Spins out of a tackle and then picks up 3 before he's being tackled. And that was a good one. Jay Mart with the tackle.
And these little 3-yard plays that Redford's able to get for the Legion offense, they're huge. You know, again, it's the difference between a 3rd and long and a 3rd and 5, 3rd and manageable. And you know that's just the kind of work that you need from your running back.
Full house in the backfield behind Tom Pepper. One receiver to the bottom of the formation is Killian. Throwing it to Redford. He got some blocks out in front. Picks up just enough for the first down.
Yeah, and going to the screen pass again, you know, Redford as a receiving target. Lone Star doesn't really seem to have an answer for him right now. They've only made 1 or 2 plays on him in the backfield, and everything else is just positive yards for Redford.
Now first down and 10. Vancouver now up to their own 44-yard line. As you get a little look there of Robert Redford before he gets another carry, as his 5th carry will only go for 2 yards.
Yeah, brought the guard trying to pull and get to the edge, but Redford outran him and just couldn't quite took what he could get out of that play.
As the Florida and Jacksonville game has entered the 3rd quarter of play, as you take a look, that's up in the top of the corner for you guys to look at for. There's Killian spinning off of a tackle and picking up 9. His first reception of the game. Or no, his second reception. He goes for 23, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning here in the first half of play. Defense is coming up big, but Vancouver is marching. Will they put points on the board? You have to stay tuned after this. Back to Medal of Honor Field in Denton, Texas. The last 2 minutes of the first half. I'm Jeff Melnition, and my partner for this one is Steven Hacker, as you got Andy Hamilton and Justin Rasad on stats, doing great stuff from the truck. As Redford with another reception, and that's going to be a first down to the Lone Star 40-yard line.
And just chewing up the clock here before the half. Not going to leave anything for Lone Star. They may take this one into the half themselves and maybe settle for a field goal as clock expires. But I think they had, you know, over 4.5 minutes and just under 2 minutes now. So Vancouver moving down the field methodically on this one.
The receiver split back in the backfield. Handoff to Redford, and he's just lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Nate Hall with a good tackle.
Yeah, near midfield, they still have timeouts. They don't have to have any real sense of urgency. They can take their time, huddle up, really get the correct play call that they want on the field.
Hand off to Redford, trying to break it outside. No, he won't. He's only going to get 1 yard, and it's going to be 3rd down and 9 upcoming. Another big stop by, this time, Albert begin.
And you feel the difference whenever you don't have back-to-back, 3-yard gains from Redford. Now you're looking at a 3rd and 9, very difficult 3rd and 9 near midfield. Clock's still running on this one, Jeff.
Coming up to the last 1:04 left to go. Pepper takes the snap with 1:02 left to go as he connects, and that is going to be caught by the receiver number 15, Dyer Smith, and that's going to be just 1 yard short, and Lone Star will take their first timeout as they got 2 remaining. And now we will see what Tom Pepper and company is going to do. They're looking to go for it here on 4th down. No, they will.
Aggressive.
I like it. Andy Hamilton, ladies and gentlemen, trying to go for it. They will. They're going to throw it. Killian with an easy reception. And that's going to be a first down to the Lone Star 25. First down. Gonna hurry it up with 48 seconds left to go. Pepper dropping back 7 steps.
He's
Taking a
feeling it.
shot. Open. Touchdown. Kendra Hall.
Nobody can contain Kendra Hall right now. 300 yards last week. Blew by the cornerback and just Mickey McGuire couldn't contain her. She just opened in the back of the end zone. A dime thrown by Tom Pepper. And this offense is dangerous, Jeff. Just scary.
Wow. Mickey McGuire tried to jump in the air, but I don't know exactly what he was jumping for. Maybe just to show the coaching staff that he attempted to try to get a hand on it, as Kendra Hall is just continuing where she left off, essentially from last season, this season. Remember, she had a big game last season against the Louisiana Revolution in Week 1, and then she had an impressive another performance in Week 1 with upping what she did that game with 305 yards. So she just has a way for the theatrics and just making everybody look silly.
But really, really fun on our end, right, Jeff? Really fun to watch up here in the broadcast booth. But down the field, you look across. If you're the cornerback that's got that responsibility for that play, you're looking across the field like, oh man, when is this game going to end? Because Kendra Hall can light you up, man. I couldn't agree with you more, Jeff.
Exactly. And now with that, she is 2 touchdowns away from 20 receiving touchdowns in her very young career, already her 3rd season. Man, these seasons just fly by. But here we go with Ace Finnick. Now he has to put up another answer, or maybe Ike McBride has to put up another answer. They're going to try it. Breaks out of 1, but then there's the Legion just swarming to the ball for no gain for Ike McBride. Hurry it up with 25 seconds left to go. Another handoff. Oh, powers her way. Just continuing where she left off. They're still hurried up. 15 seconds left to go. They do have timeouts if they want to take one. McBride will get enough for the first down before Mark Lopez brings her down. 5 seconds, 4, 3. They will take a timeout with 3 seconds left.
And they're going to test the arm here. They're going to let Finnick unleash one here. Take a shot deep downfield on the Hail Mary attempt.
So what receiver are you looking for if you're Ace Finnick here?
Oh, I think Soto probably has the big play potential. But I would say, somebody like Deuce Finnick might come up with the rebound, or maybe it falls into the hands of Dave Axis.
Greg Soto hasn't even been targeted yet in this game. Quads to the bottom of the formation. Hail Mary time. Blitz coming, gets out of it, still not gonna go down.
Good job by Finnick to miss that first wave. That first wave was there immediately. Dipped him and then just couldn't step up in the pocket and get that one off. Almost did, but unfortunate.
Almost. Gerald Giudice with his first sack of the season. It comes here in week 2 as we've gone into the halftime show with the score. Vancouver on top 14-7. And Steven, just give some of the viewers watching on Twitch that may be tuning in, or maybe they just want a recap from you, Steven Hacker.
Oh, Tom Pepper playing phenomenal right now. Only 3 incompletions, 175 yards through the air, has the 2 touchdowns, and just, really just on fire out the gate for this Vancouver Legion offense. Kendra Hall has the touchdown. Dan Daly with the touchdown, 52 yards receiving as well. On the other side of the ball for Lone Star, offensively, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Ike McBride. Over 100 yards in the first half with that huge monster run as you're seeing right now. And I think that's, really the key for Lone Star is keeping Vancouver off the field. And they're going to do that by extending drives, keeping the clock running, and feeding Ike McBride. Defensively, they need some more of that right there. Evan Lacey comes away with a nice interception. Lone Star in the second half needs to find a way to slow down Robert Redford as a receiver and force Vancouver into 3rd and long so that you can get those potential tip drill interceptions and take the ball away from Vancouver. Vancouver on the road, Jeff, aggressive on offense, going forward on fourth down, and aggressive on defense, not afraid to blitz and try to put some pressure on Lone Star here on the road. Coming into Medal of Honor field and trying to rattle Ace Finnick and get them off their game plan.
They've done essentially just that here, as Vancouver will start with the ball. So maybe Lone Star maybe should have done a little bit better there to close out that first half of play. But what do you expect to see change-wise for Lone Star or maybe even Vancouver?
Lone Star defensively, really, it's got to be slow down Redford as a receiver. That's I think on defense, that's got to be their one thing. Offensively, once Ike McBride is churning out those first downs for you, give her a break and look to get some of your wide receivers going. Your wide receivers have been quiet this game, so you got to find a way to give McBride a break, but continue to pound the rock and let her be the feature of your offense. Vancouver, I don't see a whole lot of need for change. McBride, they've done their best to slow her down. She's just working. She's just outworking their defense right now. So I think that their main focus has got to be slow down McBride and limit her to small chunk plays.
That's Stephen Hacker. I'm Jeff Melanishin. We're here at Medal of Honor Field in Denton, Texas. Stats for us here in the Stats Truck, Andy Hamilton and Justin Reside. Appreciate all the work the Stats team does throughout the season. And here to open up the early part of the season is just doing what they do. As 2nd and 11, as Redford will be stopped for 1 yard loss.
Yeah, and already more yards rushing in this game than all of last week. So, good job by Vancouver focusing, realizing that maybe Redford could use a couple more carries, and it's showing here today.
Yeah, 16 carries, 39 yards for Robert Redford last week, and already has 42. Kind of a slow start, but he's doing damage in the receiving game. As you take a look there, 2 spin cycles and picks up 8 yards.
Yeah, and nobody within 7-8 yards of Robert Redford had all the room in the world to make the catch and turn upfield and get some yards on that one. And again, calling for Lone Star to make an adjustment there and figure out a way to slow him down out of the backfield.
Rabbit Raccoon says, is Curtis injured? Not that we know of. As Tom Pepper under center, there's the handoff to Redford. Picks up no gain on the play, so it's going to be 4th and 2, and a good stop by the Lone Star Glory defense to open up the first drive of the game for Vancouver and have them to go 3 and out.
Yeah, Tina again inside on the defensive tackle spot. Really ate up a couple of blockers, but really got that arm out there and grabbed a hold of Redford and wouldn't let go, and stops the drive for the Legion.
And here's a punt by Patrick. It's away. Gonna be fielded at the 39 and... Gotta be fielded at the 29, brought up to the 30. So only a return of 1. Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player to join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it. And a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,500 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong. First down and 10 for Ace Finnick. Handoff. And there goes McBride. Somehow gets 2 yards out of that before Drew Hamilton on the stop.
And that's what they're going to need to do. Find a way to come up and put a shoulder into Ike McBride early in the play, and effective one there.
So 2nd down and 8, trips to the top of the formation, 1 receiver to the bottom as the corners off press here a little bit. Oh, throwing it underneath, and that one almost intercepted by Kevin Brackett, but it falls incomplete. Looking for Greg Soto.
Yeah, first target on the game comes in the second half for Greg Soto. Very, very quiet ball game for him, but fantastic play by Brackett to cut in front of the route by a wide receiver. You don't see too many linebackers able to do that.
Brings up 3rd and 8. 3 of 6 on 3rd down. McBride will not get there. Only pick up 2 yards, as that's going to be stopped by Farnsey as well as Dean Maddox. So it's going to be 4th down and back-to-back punts here to open up the second half of play.
Both of these teams, to me, Jeff, it looked like they were kind of feeling each other out. Neither team really, I don't think, wanted to show their hand right away. trying to let those adjustments kind of seep in and take place before they really get going here. So we'll see how this second possession of the second half for the Legion goes.
The SFL invades Houston August 6th to the 8th to induct the 2021 Hall of Fame class, showcase live and in-person Week 3 action, and to connect with the SFL community all around the world. Look out for live camera feeds from the event on our Twitch channel all weekend long at twitch.tv/SimulationFL. Should be a good time starting August 6th to the 8th in Houston. Second drive, and it's going to be the first play to Robert Redford. He goes up the middle for a gain of 2.
Yeah, 4.5 yards a carry for this running back out of Vancouver. Not too shabby. Both running backs, averaging over 4 yards a carry. So I love to see the ground game working. Both of these teams extending drives via the ground game, and it's really good to see.
Pepper will connect with Redford out of the backfield. That's been a hot connection all game long, and it continues here in the second half of play, and that's going to be enough for the first down to their own 46-yard line.
Yeah, 10 receptions now for Robert Redford, and they're just going to keep feeding the ball out of the backfield. Lone Star is really slow, giving him all the room. Again, nobody within 5 yards of him as he makes the reception, and they're just closing down on him. So being conservative, trying to keep the ball in front of him, but Redford's just chewing him up.
Split back in the backfield behind Tom Pepper. One receiver to the top, one to the bottom. Kendra Hall at the bottom of the formation. Throwing it across the middle. Pass is somehow caught, and that's going to be Dan Daly, who we really haven't heard from since his touchdown grab early in the first quarter, but makes his third reception and goes for 8.
Yeah, Lacey draped all over him in coverage, and Daly able to secure the target, and that's what you need. You got to keep your quarterback looking your way, and you do so by making tough catches like that.
Second down and short. Playbook open for Vancouver, but they're going to run it with Robert Redford. Up the middle he goes. Gets the ball to the Lone Star 39-yard line. Oh, and now Redford is down.
He is. Oh, no. Jeff, that really changes things. That really can, yeah.
We've seen a couple of injuries already this week, so nutrition having to be a big part of the SFL. As Redford is down, any update that we get, we will sure be on to pass it on to the viewers on Twitch. But now the offense for Vancouver might look a little different here to go forward. First down and 10, though.
It's hot here in Texas, Jeff. It's in the hundreds right now.
As Andy said, put Chris Curtis in the backfield. Handoff, and that is going to be a loss of 1 on the play, as J Mart will now be feasting on the backup running back, number 29, Myron Jackson Jr.
Yeah, Myron Jackson Jr. really has some big shoes to fill. Robert Redford has pretty much been the workhorse for the offense today for the Legion, and now Myron Jackson's going to have to try to fill that role.
I think Charles Doherty might have gotten a degree somehow where I didn't know, but he said that Redford will be back. Third down and 2 is another tackle for loss on Jackson Jr. J Mart again. So it's going to be 3rd and 12.
This is what you scheme for, I think, if you're Lone Star. You've got Vancouver in this obvious passing situation. Now your corners know what's going to happen. They got to focus on the pass. So let's see if they can convert a turnover here.
Empty set. 3 receivers to the bottom of the formation, 2 to the top. Pepper will fire this one underneath. That is going to be caught by Chris Curtis. Makes his second reception. This one only for a pickup of 7, though, and it's going to be 4th down and 5.
Yeah, it looked like maybe Pepper was trying to look off the safeties and throw underneath to try to get into field goal range, and they're just a few yards short, Jeff. 3 yards, I would call it, outside of field goal range, and Vancouver going to try to pin Lone Star deep in their own territory.
So Nate All with a big stop, and we'll see by Brian Patrick come on to maybe pin Lone Star deep in their own end. Punt is away. It's going to hit around the 10, and it's going to be bounced, and of course, at the 3-yard line is where the Lone Star and Ace Finnick will be pinned.
2 great punts in this ball game. 1 from Lone Star, 1 for Vancouver. The only difference being Vancouver's able to pin the ball down at the 3, where Lone Star took it into the end zone for a touchback. So we'll see how this drive plays out for Lone Star.
Still no update on Robert Redford, but we will pass it on once we get it. So from the 3-yard line, handoff to McBride, and she will be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, though, picks up 2.
Yeah, 120 yards on the day for McBride. I mean, still, almost a half a quarter here, and then the whole fourth quarter. I mean, she could eclipse 200 yards here today, Jeff.
Looking really good. Especially from last week where she had 21 carries for 72 yards and 2 receptions. And that handoff up the middle again, just lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Dislocated finger for Robert Redford, so we will probably be seeing him come back, but that's good news if you're Andy Hamilton and the rest of the coaching staff for Vancouver.
It'd be really interesting to see which hand it is. If it's his dominant hand, that finger could play a huge factor in his ability to carry the ball and catch the ball. If it's his offhand, not so much, but still plays a factor of being able to catch the ball. We'll see if Vancouver wants to bring him back in.
Hand off to McBride, so 3 straight carries for Ike McBride. But it's going to be 4th down and 4, and Lone Star will punt this one away.
Yeah, the great punt really put Lone Star at a huge disadvantage on that one. Really had 2 defenders on that one, the Vancouver defense and their own end zone. So really fortunate to get out to the 9, give the punter some breathing room, and try to set up and play defense again.
Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. The SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear that the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. So now Tom Pepper with good starting field position that we probably haven't seen since the fumble recovery on the first play that Lone Star had the ball. But now it's going to be 2nd and 6 with a nice run by Jackson Jr. for a gain of 4.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Vancouver can extend this drive and get, prevent a 3 and out and just try to keep the ball in their hands for longer than 3 plays.
2 receivers to the bottom of the formation for Tom Pepper. Jackson Jr. off center behind. Throwing it to Jackson Jr. out and makes a nice grab. Turns upfield with it, and it's going to be 3rd and 1. Pick up a 3 on the play.
Yeah, now an extremely manageable third and short, 3rd and manageable here. And really the playbook wide open for the Legion, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a pass here.
Jackson Jr. again with a carry up the middle, but he's going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage. Loss on the play. And again, who else but Jay Mart with another tackle for loss.
And Lone Star, bet on the run, and they sent everybody in there to make the play, and a great team effort by the Lone Star Glory there.
Right now, Kendra Hall has to be ecstatic in the Hall household as she essentially put Vancouver up 14-7. And a return here to the 14-yard line is where Ace Finnick and company will start. Visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL for an archive of every game, every draft, every moment you might have missed since the Simulation Football League got its start in 2013. SFL YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archive people behind the players, segments, and an all-new major milestones in league history. And a run for Ike McBride. That's the 4th straight handoff, and that's only going to be a gain of 1.
Yeah, maybe time to change it up, mix it up, maybe look for a play action and try to get the defense out of position and look down the field, get one of your receivers going, because it looks like Vancouver's waiting for you to run the ball.
So the 4th quarter just getting started in the Florida Storm Jacksonville Kings game. Florida Storm still on top 13-0. Handoff to McBride, the 5th straight run, and that's going to be a tackle for loss. And again, man, Austin with another tackle for loss. This is going to be 3rd down and 11.
The gap play on that particular run was just phenomenal by the front 7 of the Vancouver Legion. There was nowhere for Ike McBride to run.
You got to think that they might throw the football here. Yeah, they will. They're going to throw it out on the out route, though. Pass is going to be caught by Greg Soto for a short gain. It's going to be 4th down and 7, and they'll have to punt the ball back. So now we get 4 straight punts to start off this second half of play.
I'd like to see that out route on 2nd down and then try to maybe go for a slant or something else, a curl on 3rd down instead of the back-to-back runs to McBride. But I think Lone Star's starting to piece it together. The clock's going to start working against them, and they're going to have to get a little bit more aggressive as this game wears on if they want to catch up.
Excuse me, I'm a couple series behind. This is the 6th straight punt, as that one was almost blocked. And it's going to be fair caught at midfield. So now we'll see what happens. Now, APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection. State-of-the-art technology and world-class customer service, APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Firing it out to Jackson Jr., or Robert Redford, back into the game, and a nice spin move. And finally, only off for a couple series and comes back in a gain of 9 on a reception.
Yeah, rub some dirt on it, coach. Gets back in, and
jam that finger back in place.
Yeah, you don't need a good finger to make the spin moves, as Robert Redford just displayed there. And the Legion offense, I'm sure, is happy to have him back out there. I expect to see them kick it up a gear here.
Mario Lopez in chat says it was a broken pinky, is what he heard. No better way to get information than somebody on the sidelines. As Redford up the middle, he has enough for the first down, gets the ball to the Lone Star 37 with the last 15 seconds ticking off of the third quarter.
Yeah, it will be interesting, Jeff, if that finger leads to any insecurity issues, if it leads to ball security issues, and that'll be interesting to watch as this game ticks on.
And that's going to do it for the end of the third quarter. 14-7. Legion on top. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. Put your fours up in chat right after this. Back to Medal of Honor Field in Denton, Texas. I'm Jeff Melnition, my broadcast partner for this one. Stephen Hacker's stats team is made up of Andy Hamilton and Justin Reside in the stats truck. Robert Redford, coming back from a dislocated finger, makes a reception good for 1 on the play, so it's going to be 2nd down and 9.
Since coming back into the ball game, Jeff, all 3 plays have run through Redford, so Vancouver really was missing him when he was off the field. Now that he's back out there, right back into the workload that he was getting.
Definitely. I think Tom Pepper might have just surpassed 1,000 yards passing in 2 games, as Pepper will continue to go to Redford, but that one's going to be stopped for no gain on the play. I don't know how he got back to the line of scrimmage, but they said that he did, and a good stop out wide. But man, Robert Redford, that's I think the 4th or 5th straight play that they've run for him.
Yeah, and these third downs for Vancouver, especially these 3rd and longs, really struggling. 33% on the day. So we'll see how this one plays out for Vancouver.
Pepper rolls right into the coverage. And another sack for the Jukin Rukin. And that's his 3rd on the evening so far. And the first since the first half of play.
And I think Pepper was maybe trying to extend the play, and turned away and ran right into the defensive lineman and just was unaware that he was coming off the edge like that. And Pepper has to be feeling that hit, just unexpectedly taking the blindside shot. And now, Lone Star is going to get a shot. They're staying in this ball game, Jeff, and you got to admire the way they're fighting, but they got to figure out a way to get down the field and put some pressure on Vancouver.
And a nice punt. But again, tough field position for Ace Finnick and the Lone Star Glory offense. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports returns after the convention in Week 4, Saturday, August 14th. Charleston hosts rival Carolina, followed by a dramatic playoff rematch between the defending champs Denver taking on Arizona. Stay tuned to the SFL social channels and league website for updated kickoff times. As Finnick connects, and that's going to be a first down grab. So one play and a first down, and that's going to be caught by Dave Axis.
Yeah, Axis not getting a lot of attention here tonight, but finally able to haul in his second target, now up at 15 yards. So Lone Star may be changing tempo here, maybe looking to throw the ball a little bit more.
Finnick now under center. Two receivers to the top of the formation. You got Ike McBride offset in the backfield. There's a handoff. She goes up the middle, picks up 4. It's going to be second down and 6.
And that was Drew Hamilton that made a play 3 yards from the line of scrimmage. So I think Vancouver is still waiting for Lone Star to revert back to the run. I think Lone Star would benefit from trying to throw the ball here.
Let's see what they do. It looks like the coverage for the Legion playing a little bit of press. It's going to be a handoff to McBride, though, up the middle. It's going to be third down and 1. Gain of 4 on the play.
Just sheer willpower from Ike McBride all game long. That second effort from this running back has really done well for her. It's been to her benefits, nearing 150 yards on the ground in this ballgame.
Hubbard begin looking for a fullback dive to Pseudo Nakai. Wouldn't that be something special here against his former team? Handoff though to McBride up the middle, has enough for the first down, and then some. Powers her way over the defender yet again. That was Ashley Rose Finch, who we really haven't heard from, as she gets put down into the turf courtesy of female-on-female crime with Ike McBride. But a nice run and a first down, and now the ball getting closer to midfield.
And that stiff arm really becoming a staple of Ike McBride's repertoire in the running game. And it's really lethal. It's deadly. It gives her those extra yards, and it's something to watch out for.
Oh, Charles, we're not missing the good fullback action that you're having on blocking down the field, and a good kind of where was the blocking on that one, Charles? As Farnsey getting in there for no gain on the stop.
Yeah, in reference to what we're talking about, the last play, the fullback missed the block, completely whiffed, and allowed Ashley Rose Finch to almost have a play on the ball, but Ike McBride threw the stiff arm and got a couple extra yards.
Got to give Charles, a taste of his own medicine from time to time.
That's right.
Shotgun for Ace Finnick, going to throw it out wide. That's going to be McBride, I believe, on the reception, and it's going to go out of bounds, so a loss of 1 on the play.
And going the wrong way. So, third and long for Lone Star. It's going to be really difficult because they've shown that they want to run the ball, and they just haven't shown the ability to throw for more than 10 yards in this game so far. But 40% on third down. They've gained 9 first downs. We'll see what they draw up.
Looking to make it 5 of 11. 3 down defensive lineman for the Vancouver Legion. Under center's Finnick, short drop, throwing it across the middle, but that's going to fall incomplete as the Dean Maddox will get the deflection there, and it falls incomplete. So 4th down and 11 upcoming for the Lone Star Glory.
Yeah, and a little out of rhythm. Yeah, I think the negative yards on that one put them in a position that was counter to what they typically want to get in on a third down. I think they tried to get to third and shorts and look for that slant play that they just ran. So a little out of their element on that one. So the punt, they'll have to come out and play good defense on this next drive, Jeff.
But doesn't seem to you, Steven, that maybe Lone Star doesn't really want to test the secondary of Vancouver. I mean, coming in just at their game last week, I mean, you had Ashley Rose Finch had a interception. You also had Mark Lopez with an interception, but you had Drew Hamilton with an interception as well. So maybe that feeding into the thought process for Lone Star.
But I think if you're Lone Star, you have to like some of your weapons. Adam Williams is a big, he's a threat. You have Greg Soto, who's a threat, and Dave Axis has shown that he can make big plays down the field as a deep threat. So I think that you can't be scared to take the shots, but I like the strategy trying to use Ike McBride as the X factor in this ball game.
Well, meanwhile, Tom Pepper, he always likes to throw the football to anybody. Doesn't matter what team. As Kendra Hall with another big time reception and gets the ball close, I believe, inside to Lone Star territory. So just like that, I was kind of hoping that Nate Hall would be on that side, but he was going over there a little bit late.
Yeah, running the corner route instead of the post. Maybe we could get the Nate Hall versus Kendra Hall if she ran a post, but on a corner, which she got great separation on, by the way, leads to a huge play for the Legion.
Yeah, Tom Pepper throwing it underneath to the fullback, making a big play there. Finally, getting some love and picks up 8.
And that's something you don't see very often from Vancouver. Getting the fullback going. So a nice change of pace caught Lone Star off guard and set up a big gain. 8 yards from the fullback's a nice run.
And of course, Andy in chat says now that is a fullback. Brick Wall making it his first reception of the game. Goes for 8. So it's going to be 2nd down and 2. Pepper, short throw, throwing it to Killian. When in doubt, out route, and it works to perfection, and then some after the catch as he gets it down to the 19 of Lone Star.
And really interesting, they're using Killian underneath pretty much primarily in this game and exclusively almost on these out routes. I mean, not stretching the field with him at all, leaving that to Dan Daly and Kendra Hall in this matchup, but very effective on those out routes in this ball game. Hasn't missed a target, 4 for 4, now with 50 yards, 49 yards on the game.
Britt Sablinski, as well as Albert Begin, having to make the tackle on Brett Killian. But now 2 receivers to the top of the formation, 1 to the bottom for Tom Pepper. 7-step drop. Pepper coming. Rukin's going to get his 4th sack and throw Pepper all the way back to the 31.
And if you're Pepper, you have to feel that pressure coming. You can't keep running backwards. You have to either throw it or get out of the pocket and throw it out of bounds, something. But that's you're going the wrong way. Losing 12 yards is it's the opposite of what you need to do for your offense. And as the leader on the field, you got to make a smart play.
Didn't do anything last week against Mexico City, but now has 9 tackles, 4 sacks, and 2 tackles for loss. Tom Pepper rolling into Rukin's way again, throws it up, deflected 4 times, and it falls incomplete. Chris Curtis was the intended target, but also Kendra Hall was there yet again. But then you had 2 Lone Star Glory defenders that could have had a chance at interception, and nobody could come up with it.
Yeah, really risky play. Look at all those players in the area of the ball. I counted 6 that had an opportunity to make a play after it was initially tipped. Just everybody's trying to get their hands on that ball. Everybody's just butting heads and knocking it around, and it's a really risky play by the Legion offense, but they have success getting those into tight windows and making something happen.
That should be on SFL Follies or something like that. Have that on just after the season, like when NFL would do like their Follies, and I think that'd be pretty cool. But Tom Pepper here on 3rd and 22. Oh, Chris Curtis with a big grab. Just comes up 5 yards short though. So on 3rd and 22, they did all that, and now they just took what the defense gave them. Maybe Tom Pepper throwing it into coverage a little bit, but now we get to see the kicker come on, Rokowski.
Yeah, it was man coverage there by the Glory, and it was a good job by Curtis to get the separation. They had everybody in kind of tight, and just enough, move the chains. Had Bo Martin Jr. on his heels, but sets up a pretty easy field goal here for the Legion.
Looking to make this a 2-score game. Snap is down, kick is on the way. It's clean, and it's through the uprights from 30 yards out, and good. Rokowski now makes it a 17-7 10-point game here with 4:12 left to go in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Jeff, that was 3, 6, 8 straight punts to start the second half, and then finally Vancouver able to get some points on the board after that 7-play 41-yard drive leading to the field goal. And it's been really a struggle on offense here in the second half, Jeff.
It really has. But now, finally, somebody put some points on the board since Kendra Hall's touchdown back in the second quarter of play. The kick is away from Rakowski, and it's going to be fielded and brought out to the 32-yard line. So good starting field position finally for Lone Star as McGinnis brings it out to the 32. And we'll see Ace Finnick, who is 14 of 19 for 88 yards and a 73.7% completion percentage.
Yeah, and they really need to turn up the heat a little bit, get going through the air, stop handing the ball off so much to Ike, because they got to get some points on the board and in a hurry.
Score update in Florida. It's now 19-6. The Storm on top of the Kings. Throwing it out to McBride. But that was a good tackle by Major Key. Or, excuse me, that was Kevin Brackett with a nice tackle on McBride. It's going to hold her to 3 yards.
Yeah, and a little chatter after the play. I don't mind it. A good job by McBride to get out of bounds on that.
That's what makes the SFL good, is the trash talking that goes on.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. 2nd and 7 with 4:05 left to go. Stopping the clock. McBride getting out of bounds. So trips to the top of the formation. Or to the bottom for Ace Finnick. Going to look deep on the corner route. Pass is caught. Breaking out of a tackle. Big time grab by Ziggy Haranik. That's going to get into Vancouver territory to the 42-yard line. Gonna hurry it up here with 3:46 left to go. Finnick throwing it underneath. Pass is going to be caught, and they're going to still stay in the hurry up as Greg Soto with a nice grab of 8. Trips to the bottom of the formation still. 4 down defensive linemen. Vancouver does a stunt on the line, throwing it underneath. Pass again. Caught underneath. Greg Soto again. First down.
Finnick's heating up, Jeff. He's feeling it.
This is the best that we've seen Finnick all game. Gonna look to keep it. 3-step drop. Pressure, and down he goes. Achilles Papatonis on the tackle for the sack. 2nd and 15, staying in the hurry up. Oh, what a throw. Pass is going to be caught by Deuce Finnick.
Yeah, unfazed by the pressure, just, deleted. Don't worry about that. Let's hurry up. And great throw, gets it out of his hands quickly, lets the receiver get out of bounds, and sets up a 3rd and manageable.
I like that. Lone Star took advantage of something that they saw with Vancouver and took it all the way down. And now this is their best opportunity for some points since they scored on the big, long touchdown 80-yard run by Ike McBride in the first quarter. Trips to the top of the formation. Handoff to McBride, but stopped in the backfield courtesy of Kevin Brackett.
Yeah, Brackett and McBride really squaring off. No love lost between this matchup. They're definitely jawing at each other, making plays, and it's been a fun matchup watching these two go at it.
So now with that stop on 3rd down, they're going to try a long field goal. Snap is down. It's clean. Kick is on the way. Looking to make this a 7-point game, and they do from 38 yards out. 17-10 is the score, so now back-to-back field goals. And this time it was Hugh Purvis with another field goal. So here we go, Steven. It's now back to a 7-point game where we were for most of the 3rd quarter and part of the 4th.
Yeah, and that was a good job by Lone Star. They didn't eat up too much clock. 8 plays, 51 yards on that one. Going to have to go for the onside attempt here. But, there's plenty of time for Lone Star to make something happen. They got timeouts. There's still 2.5 minutes left in this ball game. So even if they don't get the extra point, they just got to play really good defense.
Oh, onside.
I'm sorry, onside. Yeah.
It's still loose. They recovered the onside kick.
Wow. Lone Star stays alive, Jeff. They got a chance.
I didn't even think they were going to try for an onside this early, but they went for it, and they got it.
Who was that jumped on that? I was trying to see the number.
Number 30, is that 36?
Is it 35, 15? Yeah, whoever it was just gave Lone Star a chance to tie this ball game.
It might have been Britt Solitsky, but I might be wrong. I thought I saw a 3 in that number, but oh man, but here we go. I mean, Ace Finnick with field position at the 41 after the onside kick, looking to get something going, and they will. And that's going to be thrown out wide to Dave Axis for a nice grab and an out route, and that gets the ball inside Vancouver territory to the 49.
Jeff, Finnick is really coming alive here in this fourth quarter. These last two drives, Ace has really turned it on.
Yeah, it's almost like the fourth quarter, like the last 5 minutes hit of the fourth quarter, and he ignited. And this is really cool to watch now. We got a 7-point game with 2:28 left to go. Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. The lefty slinging it downfield, but it's going to be intercepted. They did not test the defense all game long, but finally Kyler Murray comes with a big-time interception.
On an island, looks like cover 3, and just backing up, matching up well with Dave Axis on the outside there, and jumps up, takes it away, and really now Vancouver in control of this game, trying to stomp out any chance that Lone Star has at making a comeback.
4 down defensive lineman for Lone Star. Full house in the backfield for Pepper, who's under center. Handoff to Redford. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage, so a tackle for loss right there on the first play. Nate Hall, and it's going to be 2nd and 11.
Redford really not slowing down with the dislocated finger, going to finish this game out, and hasn't put the ball on the turf yet. Really hasn't slowed down. So I think they're going to continue to ride out Redford in this one, Jeff.
And there's the last. We've hit the 2-minute warning. 2 more minutes left to go in this fourth quarter of play. Very entertaining. We'll be back from Denton, Texas right after this. You're watching the SFL on Twitch TV. So here we go. Last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. Vancouver on top 17-10. I'm Jeff Melanishin, Stephen Hacker, my broadcast partner, as Redford up the middle. And there's the first timeout by Lone Star. They got 2 remaining. It's going to be 3rd and 11 from the Vancouver 23-yard line.
And 2-minute warning is, Lone Star's best friend right now, saving them a timeout. Then, no gain on 2nd down and burn their first timeout. So Lone Star really trying to keep themselves in this ball game. We'll see what they can do on 3rd down.
4 down defensive lineman Tom Pepper in the shotgun formation. Redford to his right. Pepper all sorts of time taking a shot deep. Open receiver is Daly on the same play that they might have scored the touchdown on. And this time, it's a first down and maybe the dagger in the hearts of the Glory.
Yeah, press coverage on the receivers, trying to bump them at the line of scrimmage, and nobody accounted for Dan Daly. Goes free and gets behind the linebacker and sets up a first down for Vancouver. And, just a couple of plays, and Vancouver can really ice this game.
1 timeout remaining for Lone Star, 1:52 left to go. 4 down defensive lineman for Lone Star, 1 receiver to the top. Handoff to Redford, spin move, going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And there's the final timeout taken. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on For the Fans returns after the convention in Week 4, Sunday, August 15th. It's an epic slate featuring Brian Craven, Doug Day, and Cameron Collier of Louisiana welcoming their old team, Lone Star, down to the Bayou. Plus, the high-flying DC Dragons in a rematch of last season's overtime thriller with New Mexico City Aztecs. Stay tuned to the SFL social media channels and league website for updated kickoff times. As taking a knee is Tom Pepper with 1:40 left to go, 3rd and 12.
Yeah, so it looks like Vancouver is going to elect to play defense, trusting that the defense is not going to give up a big play to the Lone Star offense. Going to kneel it one more time and have to punt it away with some time on the clock for the Lone Star Glory here at home.
Yeah,
Game's not over yet, Jeff.
it really depends on when they snap this football. Are they going to do it around 3 seconds, 2 seconds, or are they going to let it go to 1 second? Because that could be all the difference with how much time Lone Star has. And there's the snap with 1:07 left to go.
Yeah, Lone Star will receive the punt. Maybe after the punt's over, they'll maybe have about 21 seconds, I believe. So enough time to get a couple of plays off if they can get out of bounds and maybe look for a Hail Mary.
Yeah, and definitely we've seen the punter for Vancouver, Patrick, pin Lone Star on 2 separate occasions in this game. So he definitely has the leg to pin Lone Star deep. And we'll see if he can do it for a 3rd time. As clock still taken away. When are they going to snap it? It's at 3, 2. They snap it. So 30 seconds left to go. Probably be around 20 seconds that Lone Star has. It's going to be around 26. So not a great punt from Patrick. But now Lone Star with the ball at their own 21. So 79 yards to get into the end zone.
No timeouts, Jeff. It's going to have to be all on the arm of Ace Finnick, and the receivers are going to have to get out of bounds if they're not able to get in the end zone. So let's see what Lone Star does. No running backs. It's empty set for Ace.
Does Ace Finnick have magic up his sleeve here in Denton, Texas? Trips to the bottom of the formation. Ace moving around, and he's going to be sacked on the play. He's going to go down. Big old number 94, Dougal McGuire, in on the sack. 14 seconds left to go. 10 seconds. Finnick taking a shot deep. Intercepted. The Legion will walk out of Denton, Texas 2-0. Lone Star will fall to 0-2, courtesy of Mark Lopez.
Mark Lopez ices the game for the Legion, takes this one away. I actually liked that Finnick threw this one, got it out of his hands a little bit quicker, but Vancouver knew the formula, knew what Lone Star was trying to do. They had to get down the field, and Mark Lopez had his eyes on the quarterback the whole time. Easy play for him.
7 seconds remaining, as it's going to be the formation. We just want to welcome everybody watching that just watched the Florida Storm defeat the Jacksonville Kings. This one all the way down to the wire. It was Ace Finnick throwing an interception to Mark Lopez, and that is how this game ended. The Legion will walk out of Denton, Texas, undefeated at 2-0. Lone Star, a little bit of work to do as they fall to 0-2 on the season. The touchdowns courtesy Tom Pepper threw 2 touchdowns to Kendra Hall and Dan Daly, and then added a field goal. Meanwhile, it was a Ike McBride touchdown run that got the Lone Star Glory on the board, and then a field goal. So, Stephen Hacker, just give the viewers watching on Next Level Sports your final thoughts here of this game.
Yeah, Vancouver came into this game red hot after last week's huge passing performance. So, Lone Star, I think, was trying to control the ground game, control the clock, and keep Vancouver's offense off of the field. So I think they succeeded there. Where they failed was, they relied too heavily on the legs of Ike McBride. Didn't quite have enough in the passing game to really challenge Vancouver when they needed it. Both defenses showed up, played very well, did their job. Obviously 17-10, you can't complain defensively, but offensively, there was some meat left on the bone from Lone Star in the passing game. But Ike McBride probably had the run of the year with breaking 3 tackles, two broken tackles, and then a monster stiff arm that led to that 70-yard rushing touchdown for her. And that was a dynamic play, something to watch for out of her in weeks to come, as how she can progress and use that stiff arm to really free herself up. Tom Pepper eclipses 1,000 yards after just 2 games this season. So just, an absolute dynamite passing attack out of this Vancouver Legion offense. Kendra Hall could be an early front runner for offensive player of the year. So just Jeff, it was a fantastic ball game. Lone Star really fought and clawed and stayed in this game the whole time, but Vancouver came out with a nice win.
So here it is, the player of the game, Tom Pepper. He was 30 of 34, only 4 incompletions, 324 yards, 2 touchdowns, 113.7 QB rating. Continues where he left off last week. So on behalf of my analysts, Stephen Hacker, Andy Hamilton, and Justin Reside on stats, and as always, executive producer of the SFL, Cameron Irvine, I'm Jeff Melnition, and this has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. Once again, Vancouver will move to 2-0. as they defeat the Lone Star Glory. After a quick break, we'll send it back to SFL Studios for analysis and what's coming up later today in the SFL action. Stay tuned.